Hi, I'm Kimberly. Welcome to my Humanities Resource presentation on religion. The resource I have chosen is Bible Gateway, a searchable online Bible tool started in 1993. It's owned by Zondervan, a subsidiary of HarperCollins Christian Publishing. It's useful to students, seminarians, researchers, and the general public, and could be recommended by both academic and public libraries. It's got quite a large scope with 200 versions of the Bible in over 70 languages, audio Bibles, mobile apps, devotionals, email, newsletters, and other free resources. And they are committed to excellence and governed by a set of theological affirmations, not intended to restrict use of the site, but rather to promote trust in its content. I chose Bible Gateway because it is the original searchable online Bible. Also, its publisher, HarperCollins Christian Publishing, is a quality, reliable company with 300 years of expertise. They are award-winning and represent over 2,000 authors and the world's largest Bible translations. Plus, it's easy to use, and most importantly to me, it's largely free, although you can pay $4.99 a month to upgrade for bonus features. I identified Bible Gateway because I Googled religious research resources and found it listed on several reputable websites, such as the University of Michigan. Afterwards, I confirmed that it was listed in our class materials. To access Bible Gateway, all you have to do is type www.biblegateway.com into your URL. It'll take you to the home page here. You can see I've already logged into my free account. It is free to register. There are some paid features that's under Bible Gateway Plus, but we're not going to discuss that today. Right here on the home page in the middle, you can see you get a verse of the day. It gives you the passage here. Also tells you the version of the Bible that you're looking at, which you can change if you would like. Some of the features under Explore More, you can read and sign up for newsletters and devotionals to be sent to your email address, or you can download the Bible Gateway app. Some of the study tools like scripture engagement, this is for the person that wants to interact more meaningfully with the Bible. It lists out sets of practical exercises and activities that you can do. Now, under Read the Bible, I think this is where the best features lie. So first of all, there are audio Bibles that will play sound bites of different clips and different pieces of the Bible. There are reading plans that you can discover. So for instance, if you wanted to read the Bible in 90 days, they've already got a plan set up for you. And then, of course, we are going to look more in depth into the advanced search. So now you can see here that you can search topically. You can browse around with this Bible book list right here. So first you're going to pick the version of the Bible that you want to look at. We've got New International Version picked, but of course there are many different options as you can see there. Here under the Bible book list, it just lists all of the books here, Old and New Testament, and then you can just click one like Corinthians, Awaiting the New Body, and you've got that pulled up. Now it's nice because you can print it out, you can share it, you can change the options on the screen, or you could even click this and listen to it.
2 Corinthians 5. For we know that if the earthly...
So that's a great feature for accessibility issues. Now, when you are looking for a particular passage, if you're not just wanting to serendipitously find a verse in the Bible, you can do an advanced search and look up specific passages. So let's say you're on Facebook, one of your friends posts a picture of the new Bible verse they got tattooed on their wrist. You have no idea what it means. Philippians 4:13, you're just going to type that into there, click search, and now we can see I can do all this through him who gives me strength. Now that's kind of familiar to me, but maybe I've heard that in a different version. So by clicking this down arrow, we can look at a different version, the New King James Version. And now we see it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, which is a little more familiar to me. Now let's say you don't know the exact passage and you've just heard a phrase and you want to know if that phrase appears in the Bible somewhere. So you've heard, love is patient, love is kind. Now, is that just a poem or is that actually from the Bible? So we're going to type that in and we're going to do a search. Now, it's going to show sorry, no results. But we're looking at the New King James Version. So let's go back to the New International Version and search it again. There we go. Love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud. It actually is in 1 Corinthians 13:4, so it is in the Bible. What I love is this feature right here, other translations. So we can click that, and now we see all these different options of the Bibles and that verse, how it appears, and all those different options. Now you can see sometimes it uses the word love, sometimes it uses that word charity, sometimes it uses the word arrogant, sometimes it says proud or puffed up. I just think it's really interesting to see how different versions of the Bible interpret the same phrase. Another part of the advanced search, we're going to go back here. You can do a keyword search, which I think is really helpful. So maybe you want to see how many times the word love appears in the Bible. So we're going to keep it on New International Version. We can also limit the search to different or specific books, or search from like Genesis to Revelation, but we're just going to keep it simple. And now that we see 686 times the word love appears in the Bible. So first it's going to give you a suggested result, and then it's going to list them all out here starting in sequential order, so you can see that. You can also see over here to the right, it appears 261 times in the New Testament. It appears 425 times in the Old Testament, and it actually even lists out the book. So 14 times the word love appears in Jeremiah. You can look at that, and then of course you can see it in context. You can see the full chapter if you wanted to read that, and then scroll in. One of the other things I wanted to point out is over here in this column, of course, the Bible was originally written in Hebrew and Greek. You can look more into that if you're interested, but here are some other resources. So let's say you wanted to find out some commentaries on Jeremiah. So we can click commentaries and then look down here. So we're looking at the Asbury Bible Commentary. There are 5 entries concerning that passage in this Bible. So I think that's very helpful, using one resource to lead you to other resources. So when we go back to the advanced search, we can also look up multiple passages at once. So let's do that now and type in Luke 1:1, Matthew 1:1. Is Matthew spelled with 2 T's? Let's see. And then we can have the New International Version. We can actually put another version in here. Let's put in our King James version of the Bible. So now we've got 2 verses, 2 versions of the Bible. We're going to look them all up, and now it's going to bring it all up so that we can compare and contrast the New International Version versus the King James, and then we can compare Luke to Matthew. I think that is very helpful when you're researching and seeing how different verses relate to each other. And then finally, using this arrow right here, if you are interested in Luke 1:1 and you want to see kind of what's next, you can click that and see, oh, here we are. Now we're at Luke 2. Now we're at Luke 3. Now let's say that you're signed into your account and you want to highlight this verse. It's particularly interesting to you. So you're going to highlight it and let it go. Now you can change the colors if you'd like. You can share it. You can favorite it here. But you can also click the notes, and then you can write a note over here that you can go back and read later for yourself, which I think is very helpful for a researcher. So as you can see, Bible Gateway has many features that are conducive to the characteristics of humanities researchers. If you want to work alone or as an individual, since it's a free resource easily available online, it's very helpful. You don't have to delegate research to others. You can frequently use monographs by looking at the different books available on the website. It gives you the ability to browse around, and even though the Bible has been talked about and discussed many, many times over, the individual's viewpoint on that topic is considered valuable in humanistic research, so the sermons and commentaries available on BibleGateway.com are very helpful. Some reference questions that Bible Gateway might help a librarian answer are: what is the difference between the New International Version of the Bible and the New King James Version? What are some popular commentaries on a particular scripture? And what are some study resources for a particular Bible passage? Thank you for watching my presentation. Here is the reference.